Use this universal offense to go ahead and score more touchdowns in the red zone and win more games. Coming up next. Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus, the only YouTuber that actually shows you full games of all the tips and schemes I post on my channel. I show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Alright, so guys, if you're new to my channel, you're looking for daily tips on how to go ahead and take your game to your next level, looking for playbook diversity, new plays, new schemes, and also just general tips to go ahead and expand your knowledge of Madden. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, also that notification icon so you can get my daily tips. Alright, so guys, since the patch and we've added the quick audible feature, this is a game changer when it comes to basically how you run your offense in the red zone. A lot of people struggle in the red zone, me being including one of those people, that you have to have some kind of a scheme to be able to get the ball in the red zone. Now, since we have quick audibles, this changes goal line offense completely. Matter of fact, in fourth down situations, it's going to change things dramatically for you, or third down situations where you need to pick up some yardage. So one of the things I want to show you is I want to show you basically 5 plays that I would run in the red zone to go ahead and score more touchdowns. Now, if you go into the plays, these are going to be the audibles that you're going to have. You're going to have play action or power O, which is a good play. I want to keep that as is, but you got play action power O, and play action power O is this particular play right in the middle. Not necessarily the best passing play, but we're going to go ahead and swap that out. So we're going to swap out play action power O with a better play, which I think is the play action waggle. And the reason why is we're going to be attacking our opponent off the left hand side. We're going to have a levels concept off the left hand side, and it's going to be very difficult for your opponent to stop that with the complement of the base play we're going to use. Now, also runs that we have is a halfback sting, which this is the sting animation. It's basically just it's an inside zone right through the B gap. I want to go ahead and attack my opponent with a nice dive. Now I'm going to use a halfback of the fullback dive. I could use the QB sneak, but I don't really care for the animation. The QB sneak is more, I want to have someone who's going to be running downhill and be able to pick up additional yards for me. So we're going to run into the fullback dive. Now another play that we want to use, you could have kept the halfback dive, but fullback dive is a faster hit. The other play we're going to actually go ahead and attack our opponent with is going to be the strong toss. This makes this particular running game very difficult for you to stop, because now you've got an inside A gap run with a fullback dive. You've got a B gap run with a power O, because these power O is actually going to be hitting off the tackle, off the B gap, C gap area. You've got 2 pulling guards, and then if you go ahead and use the strong toss as your base as another audible that you could jump into. Now you've got just running off to the sidelines, so your opponent has to stop a 3-headed rushing attack, and you can hit them in all different areas of the field. Very, very hard to stop. Now, what opens up this entire scheme in the red zone is the play action sprint halfback flat. This is a very, very good play. It gives play action automation. You're going to have 7 guys blocking, so you should have time, and then you're going to be able to go and hit your opponent in the back end of the end zone. You also have got a flat read with the running back, but this is kind of ties everything together for you. So let's just go ahead and call this as our base play. Alright, so this is going to be essentially the look that we're going to get a lot from our opponent, and really what you want to do is that if you don't have an open fullback dive, you can go ahead and just hit your opponent with the strong toss, and this is going to take the ball to the outside. So if you get the blocking you're looking for, you're going to be able to score fairly easy points. So once again, we've got basically defenders actually coming off to the left. Let's see if we could hit the strong toss. We got a safety coming over, but let's see if the blocking's there. Almost there, but you could see how that works. So now we've got basically safeties. We've got a double A gap look. We can jump into a pulling guard type of situation, and now you're going inside because he's bringing a safety out to the outside. You've got that play action power out. So we can go into a power O. We can flip the play, and this is going to bring extra blockers to be able to get that ball into the end zone for us to get a cheap touchdown. Now, for some reason, if your opponent decides that he wants to go ahead and give you a light box, maybe put linebackers, you could just go ahead and hit him with the fullback dive and pick up some very easy yards about it. So what's cool about this is that you've got a three-headed rushing attack. You can go either side with it. You can go long, you can go short. It's going to be very hard for your opponent to go and stop this running scheme just because the way it's designed. It's just going to allow you to go ahead and get easy yards, easy touchdowns. With this pickup first downs, you've got the fullback dive. You've got basically you've got pretty much everything you need to go ahead and get touchdowns with this running game. So that's what makes this scheme very, very difficult to stop. Is that now you've got the complement running game that you need to go ahead and take it to the outside. You've got the inside dive and all that. Now, how you complement this is actually having a passing game. So because he might actually have pretty good run defense. Now we have basically the audible, which is going to be a play action waggle, and this is going to be a complement to the base play that we're going to call. Now I labbed this particular play, and really we're going to be looking to Wilson's route. Wilson's route is going to be the route where it's going to be a primary route, but I didn't like the tight end number 3's route. It was real funky, kind of got in the way. So what I like to do is I like to smart route it, and the reason what happens is that he's going to go on a really sharp angle. He'll beat a lot of man coverages. Not really necessarily a first read I'm going to go with, but he's just pulling everything off to the far hand side, and it should open up Wilson's route for me on the back side for a nice little high pass lead for me. What we're going to do is we're going to take our tight end number 3, we're going to smart route him just so he can pull coverage out, and if nobody goes into the flat with the running back, we're going to go ahead and just dump it down to him and try to get it in. Once again, look to the flat, and you've got this backside tight end. I actually forced it in there. What's critical about that tight end route is that you probably want to look to that right away, because usually he's going to get separation on the backside like this, and that's where you can get an easy touchdown completion on the backside. So let's just take a look at this in instant replay. This is going to be where your route is going to be money, especially against like goal line sets, man coverages, and stuff like that. People want to try to shut down inside runs, outside runs, and all that kind of stuff. This is where you're going to get a lot of your separation and get the big play opportunity. But what's cool about this particular route is that you've also got this running back route that will get separation against man coverage, and if he gets enough depth, he'll be in the end zone to go ahead and get an easy completion. So I could have went high-low with this. I probably could have went low, completed the ball to the running back. Against man coverages, a lot of times this guy will actually get some pretty good separation. So you can see actually he burns one of the best corners in the league. So if I'm looking that way too, the problem with this particular play is a play action, so it's going to go ahead and mess up your initial reads because it is play action. You're probably not going to see things happen smoothly, but this is where I'm usually going to go ahead and put the ball 90% of the time on this particular play. So the other audible that I wanted you to set up is the play action waggle, and what's great about this particular play is that it's going to allow you to go ahead and attack your opponent off the left hand side. So now if he starts cloud flatting people over off the right, what you can do is you can go and attack your opponent off the left. Now there's basically a couple ways you can run this particular this play action waggle. My preference is to go ahead and take the fullback and actually put him on a wing off to the left hand side, because it gives you another read underneath. Progressions are going to be the following. I'm going to go ahead and look at the wing first, then Graham, and then Vanette on the backside is going to be our next read over there. So just go ahead and look at that real quick. If nobody goes into the flat, I'm going to go ahead and dump it down to the fullback. Even though I came up a little bit short right there, that's going to be pretty much the area that you want to go with if the area is wide open. Now, what's going to happen a lot is that you're going to get this backside tight end. Even though he drops the ball, the backside tight end is going to be wide open, because you got a levels concept going off the left hand side. So flats, you've got a crosser with your number 1 tight end. That should be wide open for you. So let's go ahead and see this once again. The flat route, sometimes you don't want to drop it down to it, but it's just going to go ahead and open things up for you. So it's going to allow you to go ahead and get those level concepts off to the right hand side. So that's what's cool about this particular scheme right here, is that you've got that. So let's see if we can come down with it. Once again, very, very easy reads, progressions. It's going to be fast because usually a lot of people are going to be using stack defenses, but this is going to be a way you can go ahead and attack your opponent with different areas. So this guy is primarily just trying to pull a zone defender out of the way, because I've got this guy right here that I'll be looking at, and if a defender plays down to him, 9 out of 10 times there's not going to be anybody on this backside the in route which are money down in the red zone. So that's what I like about this particular play. So once again, guys, if you do like these tips, man, thank you once again for your support. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button if you do like these type of tips and you think this is going to help you with your game. So to my subscribers, thank you for your support. Until next time.